What if I told you there was another Sage mode? What if I told you it was the first Sage mode introduced into the series and it's one of the strongest Sage modes to have ever existed? Yes, I'm talking about Shark Sage mode. Now it doesn't sound particularly breathtaking, but it's very intriguing. Now of course the idea itself is mainly based on Kisame's physicality. He has shark-like features similar to Chojuro and Suigetsu, but to a greater extent. And it's also the same for the other inhabitants of the Hidden Mist village. But why is that? Why do they tend to have shark-like features when they're from this village specifically? I have a theory. What if these shark features came from the shark sage beast similar to the toads from Mount Miyaboku and the snake from the Ryuchi cave? Now for this to make sense, we need to understand where Kisame came from and how you attain sage powers. Now starting with the easier part, we know that Kisame came from the Oshigaki clan, located in a village hidden in the mist. It's stated that all of its known members appear to have shark-like features such as sharp pointed teeth and facial features that resemble gills. So this was a genetic trait throughout the entire clan. It wasn't specific to Kisame. We also know that Kisame's character was based on the Samebito, otherwise known as the Shark Man, and that's because Kishimoto wanted all the Akatsuki members to have beast-like features to make them more intimidating. So that's the actual explanation as to why Kisame looks the way he does from an outer universe perspective. But to get the in-universe explanation, we need to go a little bit deeper. And that takes us to the Sage Mode transformations. And to understand how that works is very simple. We just need to take references from the other Sage Mode users. If we go back to the Pain arc where Naruto was training to become a Sage Mode master, it is explained by Fukasaku that Naruto just needs to learn how to master Senjusu Chakra. And once you master Senjusu Chakra, you will be able to enter Sage Mode. And Senjutsu Chakra is pretty simple. It's just a combination of your base chakra with natural energy. If you take in too little nature energy, you won't be able to unlock Senjutsu Chakra. But if you take in too much, the nature energy will overwhelm you and you turn into a frog. This is specifically for training with the toads. As it pertains to Snake's Sage Mode, it's stated that the great white snake pierces his fangs into the ones who comes to trade. They say that he swallows those whose body couldn't stand it and turned into a snake whole. And this is stated in a data book for the Snake Sage. Now you might be wondering, how does this tie into Shark Sage Mode? What exactly does this prove? Well, if you go off the premise that if you fail a sage transformation, you turn into that specific animal or you gain their beast-like features, then that would apply to Shark Sage Mode as well. And this appears to be consistent throughout the entire story of Naruto. We have that with Jiraiya. When he tried to attain Sage Mode, he wasn't able to, so he had this imperfect Sage Mode that gave him toad-like features. And this is consistent for Orochimaru as well, who failed the sage transformation and turned into a snake as stated by Kabuto in the Fourth Great Ninja War. A lot of people don't know this, but this is Orochimaru's true form. He literally turned into a snake as stated by Kabuto. His body wasn't able to handle the power. He's only able to look human using his living corpse reincarnation technique that allows him to possess another human's body and transform them into his old body. So it's safe to say if you don't have this specific technique, then you'll just look like the animal you turn into forever. Now you might be wondering, if it's that you only gain snake-like features or toad-like features when you fail the transformation, why is it that Kabuto looks like a snake if he successfully became a snake sage? That's because before training to become a snake sage, Kabuto fortified his body using Orochimaru's DNA. This is stated by Kabuto saying that I'm going to use what I've absorbed of Orochimaru to become a better, stronger Kabuto. So this implies that Orochimaru's snake DNA, because Orochimaru is now a snake, was implanted into Kabuto, and we can see even before Kabuto trained to learn Sage Mode, his body was already turning into a snake, similar to Orochimaru, because he ingested Orochimaru's DNA. So this brings us back to Shark Sage Mode. I believe that the members of the Oshigaki clan look the way they do not because of Kisame specifically, but because of his lineage. I believe that the village itself, hidden in the mist, was founded by someone who trained in Shark Sage Mode and failed. To be honest, this could have been a group of people who trained in this power and they all failed and became imperfect Shark Sages. This group of people then had sex and reproduced with other members of other villages, and also some of them remained in the family. This is why you have other members of the Hidden Mist village that has shark-like features, but not to the same extent as Kisame, who is a member of the Oshigaki clan directly. So this explains that Kisame's family that he stems from didn't reproduce outside of the Oshigaki clan because they didn't want to dilute their bloodline. The other members did, which is why you have characters like Chojuro and Tsugetsu who possess some shark features but to a lesser extent. But then you have Kisame who possesses all of the shark features including the skin color. I believe that Kisame is a direct lineage from inbreeding, similar to the Hyuga clan in the Hidden Leaf village and also the Uchiha clan who kept it in the family per se. Now, do I believe that Kisame has Shark Sage mode in the literal sense? No, but I do believe that he's a byproduct or a descendant of someone who did. This explains why his DNA seems to be more closely tied to the sharks and also why he seems to be the strongest in that village. He seems to be very strong as opposed to the other characters from the village. This is because his DNA was not diluted by mingling with outsiders, and due to that his genetic trait is superior to the other members of the village. And that's it for the theory. Now, I did make a video the other day talking about Mitsuki and his Sage mode and a link to the Otsutskis and the God Tree, which I think it does make sense. It does track. Now, that might not be the case because a lot of the time they tend to go with the more simpler explanation, which I think they might in that case, but this one might be good, and I see Mitsuki scaling up to the Otsutsuki tier characters if they do go the Ten Tails way. Now, this Shark Sage mode, do I think it will be relevant in the Boruto series going forward? I don't think so, but we could see it in some way, shape or form. We do know that there's a character stemming from the Oshigaki clan in Boruto, but he seems to be a good guy now, so we'll see how that plays out. But he doesn't seem to have the same prominent features as Kisame did. He still seems to be a more diluted version of Kisame. So again, the DNA will get weaker over time unless someone goes back and train and fails again, then just comes back and repeats the process of inbreeding, but I don't see that happening. So Shark Sage mode might be dead to the series, to be honest. Now, I'm planning on doing a video on Monkey Sage mode, and I think that one would be pretty interesting. Now, that one is pretty relevant to the series because we do have Konohamaru, who's the grandson of the Hokage, who used this monkey. Now, using a monkey doesn't mean that there's a Monkey Sage mode, but you can infer that there is one. If you want to theorize and just have fun. But again, it doesn't mean that there's one. People just believe that there's a Monkey Sage mode because a monkey exists. Because, you know, you have a frog, there's a frog sage mode, and you have like a snake, there's a snake sage mode. By that logic, we would also have a bird sage mode and a dog sage mode because there are multiple summoning animals. So not every summoning animal you see will have a sage mode, but you know, we can have fun, theorize, and see how it works out for Konohamaru because he does need a buff in Boruto to get stronger and scale up. I don't think that would make him scale to the Otsutsuki characters, but I do think he will scale higher than he is right now. But yeah, let me know your theories down below. What do you guys think about Monkey Sage mode? How would you guys parse it out? And what do you guys think about this theory specifically? Do you think it makes sense? How do you think Sarada will get stronger? I'm planning on doing a video on that as well, so let me know in the comment section. If you guys like this one, drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. Check the links in the comment section to show your support if you guys feel like doing so. But above all else, have a great day. Peace out.